In this tutorial, I will show you how to dimension your objects. To dimension means to add measurements to them. SolidWorks is fun to design in. Eventually though, you will have to add measurements to make your designs work. We're going to start with a new document, part, and click OK. I'm going to draw a simple shape today. I'm just going to draw an L. To draw an L, I can start out here with my line tool. I'm going to choose front plane, and I'm going to choose front. Remember, if you don't have this toolbar here, it's really helpful. Do a right click on the gray area here and come down and click on standard views. Make sure that's highlighted, and then you should have that toolbar. From the origin, remember, I always start from the origin. Very important, start from the origin. I'm going to click and draw up, across, down, over, and as I come down, look at how that line just pops up all of a sudden. It's showing, hey, that's where the end of my first line is at. So I'm going to stop there and then bring that across. To dimension or add measurements, we're going to use a button up here called Smart Dimension. When you click on Smart Dimension, you can come back and click on any line, drag it out, and there you have a measurement. Right now we're working in millimeters, and it says 68. Let's suppose I wanted that to be 30. I'll just go to my keypad, make sure num lock is on, and then type 30. And then I can either hit enter or click the check button. Wow, look at that though. How weird that is. So that really distorted my image. So let's back up. I'm going to X this out. I'm going to start a new document again. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. Click my line, click front plane, choose the front, and start from my origin. But this time when I start from my origin, I want you to notice these numbers here, and also numbers by my mouse pointer or by the pencil. You see these numbers going up, 23, 27, 30. If I bring it out a little bit, still again showing me the distance here in millimeters. And right now it's showing me 90 degrees. I cannot move this and make it exactly 30. It's just about impossible to do that. But what I can do is when I draw my object is make it close to 30. It might be 37, that's fine. But last time I think when I drew it, I think I noticed it was all the way up at 60 some. And so when I went to dimension, my measurements were so far off that that's why my object became distorted, or my drawing became distorted when I tried to dimension it. So to prevent that from happening, the best thing to do is get close to begin with. So I'm going to come up, get close to 30, that's good enough. Okay? And then we'll come out, let's say it was supposed to be 10. So I'll come out about 10, and let's say here I'm going down about 20, out about 10, and it should be down about 10, but again I'd rather, instead of trying to make it 10, I would rather match it up to this line here, and then I'll just bring this across. Now I can go back to Smart Dimension, click and let go, and then you just bring your mouse out, and then you can bring that measurement out with you, click again, and now I can make this 30. Now when I make this 30, it doesn't distort everything because everything was close to begin with. Alright, let's do some more. Click, I didn't hold it down, just click and let go, and then I move my mouse down. This is supposed to be 20. And then the top of this I think was supposed to be 10. And so it's starting to look good now. And let's do this one. This one should be 20. And I could dimension this here too, couldn't I? I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Now if this is 30 and this is 20, what should this be? This should be 10, right? I want you to take a look at this. I click and 10 already shows up, and I click again, and wow, you get a error here, or it's giving you a message, okay? And the message means it really doesn't like you because you made it feel like it wasn't very smart. You made the computer feel like it wasn't very smart. Why? Because the computer already knew that was 10. So I'm going to hit cancel on this, and what happened is, if you notice in the background some of my measurements turned yellow, what it's saying is that you're over defining the sketch. In other words, you have actually given the computer too much information. The computer's smart enough that it can figure out that if this is 30 and that's 20, it already knows that this is 10. And so you don't have to dimension that. Something else important happened that we didn't see, that I didn't really point out, is if you look down here, right here it says fully defined, okay? And also all of our sketch here is black, and that's exactly what we want. We want a fully defined sketch, and that means that the computer or SolidWorks, the software, knows exactly where every line is at. So every line is turned black. Let's see if I can get, I'm going to come up here to my white arrow and click this and delete it. There you go. So I took that measurement away, and look, this line turned blue. And the line turned blue, and also now it says underdefined. That is not what we want. We want it fully defined, and we want each part black. And the way to do that is to dimension. So I'm going to go back. I could dimension this one, or I could dimension this one. Dimension that 10, and again it's fully defined. Again, this is 30, this is 10, so it knows that this is 20. So that's dimensioning. I can go to features and extrude this, and I can dimension it here as well. I know that before I was telling you to pull this in and out, and there are measurements there that you can see, but really the easiest way to do this and the most accurate way is to come over to the window here and type in your measurement. We're going to make it 10, and then you can check that out, and that makes it exact, okay? And so that there goes our L. Let's do one more real quick just so you can see. I'm click on New again, click OK, Sketch, and I'll start with a line again. Go to our front view, and let's draw a C. So I come here, let's see, I didn't even really pay attention to how far I was drawing that. I should have paid more attention. Let's say I'm going to come up about 10. We'll use similar measurements to what we did last time. Come across about 20. So yeah, my first line is way off there. Come up about 20. Come back across. Match that up there. Come up about 10. And now I'm going to go back and match this one up just because I like to get my lines matched up. Oh, it looks like I'm missing a line, so that's okay. I can come back in and just insert that in there. So now let's go to Smart Dimension. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Go to Smart Dimension. Now I know this one's way off. Let's see if we can change this. Hopefully it will just, this gap will disappear here. So I'll click, and let's make that 30. I think that's what I really want to make it. So I click Enter, and there we go. That looks a lot better. This should have been 10. Same thing here, and this could have been 20, or I can do this as 30, either way. Okay, ooh, 30. Let's make that bigger. I think I'd rather have it a little bit bigger. So sometimes you see things and they might look a little bit better another way. I think I'll make that 50. Do I need to dimension this? I shouldn't have to. Let's see what happens if I do. Oh, there goes that error again, and there goes those yellow marks. So we can't dimension that. We shouldn't dimension that. It already knows if that's 10, that's 10, that's 50, then this should be 30 here. How about this one? Yes, I can dimension this, and so I'll make that 30 as well. Now, this line here is still blue though. Why is that still blue? Well, we know we don't need to dimension this, but how about this line here? There's two ways I can do this. Really what it doesn't know is it doesn't know how long this line is, and it doesn't know the distance between here and here. And I can tell it either one. So I'm actually going to do both. We'll do this first. Let's make this 20. And if I make that 20, again, everything turned black and it's fully defined. Okay? And there it goes, fully defined right there. So that's great. Let me go back and get rid of that. I want to show you one more way to dimension. This one's a little different, but sometimes it's necessary to do this. You can also click a line, and that's giving me the distance from here to here. But if I go and I come over and click another line, now it gives me the distance in between those two lines. And so now I can click, make sure that's 10, and now it's fully defined again. So actually I put a dimension in between by clicking one line, letting go, just moving my mouse over and clicking another line in Sketch. Then I can put a dimension in between. Again, features, extrude, and I can change it here. I got 10, that's what I want, but let's say if we want to make it 50 for some reason. I put in 50, click, and there goes my object.